Hi everyone. In class I promised I would do an example video demonstrating some different unit conversions so you could have some more examples of how it's actually done. You will recall that we had introduced this particular unit system called the Furlong-Firkin-Fortnight system. It is a curious and interesting unit system made out of units that are unusual and not common in modern everyday life, and this whole unit system is designed to make interesting problems for students to do. So I want to do the two unit conversions noted here in the problem. I'm going to do the unit conversion for my speed. I'm traveling along in this problem at 78 furlongs per fortnight. I get a ticket, and that ticket has a certain area expressed in furlongs squared, and so I'm going to convert both of those numbers into standard MKS numbers using the conversions for the Furlong-Firkin-Fortnight system that we listed in the table here in class. Okay, the methods that we use here to do unit conversion are mathematically the same you would do for any unit conversion. You could convert from metric to imperial units, you could convert from imperial units to metric units, and back and forth. We're just using this particular system as a way of illustrating the concepts of unit conversion. Okay, so let's start with the speed that I was traveling. So the first thing you do is you write down what you're starting with. So in this case, I was traveling at 78 furlongs per fortnight. And you'll remember in class that we said unit conversion is really just fractional algebra, where the unit conversions that I multiply by are not physically changing the quantity that I'm talking about, because the unit conversion is basically just multiplying by 1. But what I'm doing is I'm introducing fractions that cancel out the units that I have and leave me with the units I want. Now, a speed here, expressed in this way, has two units I'm interested in getting rid of. I'm interested in getting rid of the strange units of length called furlongs, and I'm interested in getting rid of the strange units of time called fortnights in favor of their MKS equivalents, in this case meters and seconds. So I'm going to write down two conversions, one that takes this from furlongs to meters, and then a second one that takes this from fortnights to seconds. Okay, so if I look up my table, what I see is that to get rid of furlongs, okay, furlongs is in the top here, so the fractional unit conversion I introduced should have furlongs in the bottom, so the furlongs cancel. Okay, and so from the table, I know that there are 201.168 meters per 1 furlong. Okay, and so you can see there that the furlongs will cancel when I do this full out. Okay, and then similarly, I want to get rid of fortnights, so I'm going to have fortnights in the numerator of my conversion with the MKS time in the denominator. And if I look up the unit conversion in our table there, I know that 1 fortnight is equal to 1,209,600 seconds. Okay, so as we said would happen, the conversion of units will fractionally cancel furlongs and fortnights, and what I'm left with are meters in the numerator and seconds in the denominator, which give me units of meters per second, which indeed are units of speed. If I multiply all the numbers here together, 78 times 201.168 divided by 1.2 million, then the number that I get out is 0.013 meters per second. So as it turns out, I was traveling tremendously slow, and so the reason I got a speeding ticket was probably because I was impeding traffic. Okay? Okay, so now let's do the area conversion for the ticket. So the ticket I received had an area of 1.977 times 10 to the minus 6 furlong, oops, spelled them wrong there, furlongs squared. Okay, now this is an interesting problem because I know how to convert furlongs to meters. But what I have here are not furlongs, I have furlongs squared. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by the conversion to convert furlongs to meters. So that is, I want to get rid of furlongs, so that'll put my furlongs in the denominator. And in the numerator, I'll have the meters, 201.168 meters. Okay, but I have furlongs squared. Okay, so I have to get rid of furlongs once, and then I have to get rid of furlongs again. So I could multiply by this factor a second time, and then the furlongs would cancel both of these furlongs, or, to be more efficient, I will simply square that conversion factor. Okay, so if I were to expand this all out, that would square the numerator, so it'd be 201 squared, whatever it is, meters squared, over 1 squared, which is 1, furlong squared, and the furlong squared would cancel exactly as I need it to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel the furlongs with the furlong squared. This furlong is inside the square, so it should cancel. And I'm going to be left with meters squared on the outside. So I just have to multiply my numbers. I'll take the number that I started with, multiplied by 201.168 squared. And if I do that, what I end up with is 0.08 meters squared. Okay? So that's two examples of how unit conversion works. Hopefully those will give you a little guidance when you're trying to practice this on your own. Unit conversion takes a little bit of getting used to. It's a lot of flipping the conversion factors back and forth. Sometimes you write them one way, sometimes you write them the other way, depending on what you need. And in particular, remembering things like powers takes a little bit of practice to make sure you don't forget or distribute those powers incorrectly. Okay, so practice this on your own, and if you have any more questions, we'll do some more practice. Talk to you later.